Be a day of joy, basically, from my standpoint, or I mean, from where I am right about now. On that note, I welcome you to Hello Pusaka on your number one talk radio station, 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am Kaladakoru, and it promises to be another exciting, intriguing, and like I believe, interactive conversation on the show that runs up until 12 p.m. This mid morning. A couple of things to talk about, but before we delve into all of that, I should remind you, I forgot yesterday. Once again, I'm still trying to get myself, acquainted with Hello Pusaka all over again. So we missed out on the opportunity for two people to win from the one play draws. Now you stand a chance to win. All you have to do is, you've been listening to the ads all through the previous weeks, and some of you have already been engaging in it. So you stand a chance of winning 25,000 naira. So dial the codes and or you go on the website and do what you have to do to ensure that you're part of the winners today. You know what they say, if you've tried before, try again. You never know when your luck will come in handy. On that note, welcome. Also, I should go back to our conversations yesterday, the 9 o'clock hour yesterday, when we talked about education in Rivers State. I saw on several traditional news platforms, talking about two public schools in Rivers State who were, honored by NLNG for their participation in a science competition. And, it took me back to what I said yesterday, that it's not that we lack brilliant students. We just need to push the educational sector a bit higher. So you see, our conversations are not just playful conversations or just for talk's sake. They're conversations to help push our society to a better place. On that note, once again, I welcome you. I am Kaladakoru Batubo, and now let's delve into the discourse for the hour. Okay. So I've been following the news in recent times, and I've been seeing a couple of things happening in Rivers State. The talk of projects that were sold to be continued. The talk of what do you call it now? Rehabilitation of schools, like we talked about yesterday. Basically, building infrastructures that the citizens or indigents or residents of River State need, and the things that would help make life comfortable for them. We've been hearing all of that stuff. The talk about the completion of the monorail. I mean, several discourse has been or have been on the front burner in recent times. And so I was now saying, okay, why don't I compare what it is like now and what it was like some 7 months ago up until September, right? You would remember, I don't think anybody will forget in a hurry, the state of emergency for 6 months, which, by the way, in case you've forgotten, ended on the 18th of September. So today makes it the 40th day since the emergency rule came to an end. And a lot of people had complained during the emergency rule. Oh, it's affecting our businesses. And by the way, we're not looking at it from a political angle, please. Oh, it's affecting our businesses. Oh, there's nothing happening in River State. Oh, investors are not coming. Oh, a lot of complaints. Even individuals were complaining. Oh, that's affected them adversely, negatively, and their businesses are not thriving. Some say, oh, government was at a standstill, right? So 40 days after, as a resident of River State, I just want to ask a very simple question. How would you describe the socio-economic atmosphere in River State? You describe it as profitable? Would you describe it as a breath of fresh air? Or like some of you would say, is it a welcome development? All right, so that's what I want to talk about this morning. 40 days after, right? And probably as the days go by, we'll continue to measure, we'll continue to use several yardsticks, to look at life after emergency rule. And I just want to hear from you really this morning. From your perspective, don't worry about what others will think. You're entitled to your opinion, but make sure you make it constructive. Make sure, you state to the point that is to discuss this morning. What or how would you describe the socio-economic environment in Rivers State 40 days after the emergency rule? I've also heard so many people talk about peace in recent times. Would you say the sociological environment or the social environment in Rivers State is, peaceful? Would you describe it as that? Would you say it's growing? Would you say, you're very sure that it's a great ambience for you to live in or live with? I don't know. So many questions on my mind. Do you think it can be better? You tell me about it as well. So I'm going straight to the phone lines. Not much talk on Hello with Hackett. I'm just going to go straight to your thoughts this morning. 0817 0002, 0817 0003, 0817 These are the call numbers. WhatsApp numbers 0809 send your text messages via WhatsApp and let's have a good conversation. 40 days after, how would you describe the economic and the social environment in our dear River State, the treasure base of the nation? All right, I'd like to hear from you. So I do have my first call coming in, and that's Zion. And Zion is calling in from GRA. So let's get to hear Zion and what he has to say. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. As a Rivers man who has interest, keen interest for the development of this region, and who is also a day in monitoring situations of this nature, I will tell you that it has not peaked yet.
What do you mean by it has not peaked? What has not peaked? The economy? What?
The economy, yes.
Our social interactions? Yes. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Point these things to me so I can understand.
One, the indicators lies on let the contracts come back with the hope that money will come in the next 7 days. I'm expecting payment in the next 3 days. These are motivating factors.
What do you mean by contracts? What contracts are we talking about now?
A lot of contracts are already on ground now.
Okay.
What people have done, payments they're expecting, IPCs are ready, IPOs are ready. So when the governor comes in now, he has powers, elastic powers when it comes into this issue of contracts. A lot of contractors will go back to work. Payments will be done. There is this reaction among these contract bases.
Okay, so you're saying it will somehow have a ripple effect and touch the market woman.
Effect, yes.
Okay.
And another thing the bonuses to need to running. This is another factor that have sustained Rivers State at the earlier stage. Even when there was hardship in Nigeria, Rivers State was not feeling the effect.
All right.
Because there was money in the purse of Rivers people, they were spending in the currency. It was flowing.
So basically, you're saying money will flow. It will touch everybody.
It will touch everybody now.
All right, Zaya. Thank you very much. I've got Chris from Port Harcourt. Chris, good morning. Welcome and hello, Port Harcourt.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, talk to me.
Yes, I think for me the environment is okay.
So you would describe it as okay. That's how you would describe it this morning.
Yes, it's okay for now. I mean, there is no problem. So if nothing is happening, you shouldn't blame it to maybe unconducive environment. It's very, very okay now for any business to try. Unlike before, where one would be thinking, oh, maybe this will happen, that will happen. But I don't think that will happen now. That is one. Two, the government should be focused now. No time for politicking. They should just go ahead and supervise any contract that were before now given to. You don't just come, You sack
Okay, so
people
you're not
without
Chris.
looking
You're
at.
not from a political angle, right? But I'm more about it from a socio-economic angle.
Yes, at the beginning, I said that one is okay. It's
Okay,
very
it's
okay.
very
Even
okay.
before now, self, that one was okay.
Oh, okay.
The only problem we were having was political
So you're saying
crisis.
there has been no much change, since the end of the emergency rule. That's what you're saying.
Yes. So
That's what Chris this morning. And this one says, okay, what happened to those schools and hotels? Okay, I think that's not for me. That's for the Morning Crossfire. Says Canada, man of the people, good to hear from you on air again on a daytime show. Hello, Port Harcourt, Clinton, Mr. Fresh, Port Harcourt. Thank you very much. Let's say this one. This one says, man of the people, you're aware that during the emergency rule in the state, many things passed under the bridge, and the governor is taking his time for normalcy in the state, or for normalcy to return to the state. The atmosphere is taking a clearer position. All right, thank God ability at Twigby with that one. We do have a commercial coming up in a bit, but when I come back, I'd like to understand how you would describe the current socio-economic atmosphere. How are your social interactions recently, especially after the emergency rule? Are businesses, thriving better? Do we have more events in Port Harcourt? Do you feel safer in Port Harcourt? Do you feel like investors or the money, like Zion said, the money will flow better in Port Harcourt? I mean, these are some of the things I'm looking at finding answers to on the show this morning. So please do indulge. But after the commercial break, stay tuned. Let's talk on Hello Potaka this morning, and I've got a very simple question I'm asking the residents of River State. But just a quick reminder, you can be a part of the one play draw winners today. I think two people will be winning the sum of 25,000 naira. That's a total of 50,000 naira, and like the ad that just played, all you have to do is dial star or ash 34, or my pardon. Oh, I beg your pardon, rather. Star 347 star 880 star 6 hash, right? Star 347 star 880 star 6 hash. 500 naira is what will get you a ticket, right, to that jackpot. Okay, so now let's get back into our conversation. We are looking at life after the emergency rule, 40 days after. Have you noticed any change in our social economic interactions in terms of business? Do you think businesses are thriving better or not? Or like, the last caller said, you don't observe any much change in the system, in our social interactions, in terms of events, in terms of entertainment, in terms of nightlife. Do you think there's been any improvement? I've got Victor from Rumukrushi calling in this morning. Victor, good morning to you. Welcome on the show.
Okay, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome.
So, to your question,
I'm listening, Victor.
hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. I'm listening. What's on your mind?
Okay.
Yeah. Hello. All right, Victor, do call back so we can have a proper conversation. And this one says, good morning. I am TFOKG. From my own perspective, River State is still at a standstill stage. The only improvement is that there is no longer political noise. If you want to know a state that is improving, you have to look straight out at the LGAs. A state functioning without commissioners, we're still struggling. God help River State. We do have commissioners, not many commissioners, but we do have commissioners. All right, so the number with which you can reach the studio this morning, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. Anderson is calling from HA. Anderson, good morning. Welcome
Hello,
on
Mr.
Hello
Kala. Good
Port
morning.